anyway, she came over and introduced herself. They were very good to us.
This was where?
I went to the gown shop.
Right.
Bridal.
Seamstress.
I have a doll that we used to sit in the window with the bride. When my boss left, when he retired, told me to take the doll.
Really? How long did you work there for?
I worked there for nearly 30 years.
Wow.
And Pappy was where?
Pappy, at that time.
This was 19.
He worked for, used to work half a day. He used to go to work on his bike. And if it rained, I had to go and pick him up with the car.
Really?
What did he do though? What was his profession at the
I
time?
don't know what he did there, but he did something, making papers for bingo.
Got it. And this was like 1940. This is before Dad was born?
Oh, Dad was born right away.
45. 1945.
What can I tell you? That was it. He didn't want any more children, since too expensive.
So in 1945 he was born. Did you stay in Manhattan or did you move to Brooklyn?
Oh, he had to go back home. They told him if he didn't go back home, he'll have to pay his own passage, because 3 times they asked him to go home.
Who's this? Pappy?
Bob, yeah.
To go home where?
He was in England.
Oh, but I'm talking.
And he went to France.
Oh, this is. I got you. I
He
got
was
you.
in France. He went home from France, not from England.
Right.
And they told him to wait. I came on a ship with all English brides.
Really?
Yeah. And I had your father was a baby then.
Right. He came over when he was 6 months old, right?
Yeah, and he had a cradle attached to my bed.
Oh, really? On the boat? How long did it take you to come over on the boat?
It was only 3.5 days.
Oh, that's
Oh, you came over by ship from.
Yeah. Oh, it was full of GI bride.
What time of the year was it? Was it summertime?
I think it was April.
Okay. So no icebergs. Actually, that was when the Titanic sank. Was in
It was good
April.
crossing. It was nobody was sick or anything.
Right.
Good. But I used to make my own formula, and I brought my powder and everything with me to make for him. He was fine. He did all right.
Were there a lot of other mothers with young babies on that trip? On the boat?
All my friends were on there. They all married GIs. They all went all over. They went to Chicago. My best friend went to Chicago. She was far away.
Did you stay in touch?
None of them are here.
Did you stay in touch with them
I
for a
had-
while?
I had a group of 12 women and 12 couples that were from England, and I had 12 couples friendly here. And none of them, I'm the only one left.
Wow.
And so when you got to New York, is that when you moved to Brooklyn?
Well, he lived there. His mother had an apartment there.
In Brooklyn at this point, not in Manhattan, or you don't remember?
Where he lived on no, it was First between First Avenue and I think it was 85th Street.
Right. But at what point did you live in Canarsie?
Oh, I lived in Canarsie a long time.
But that was after Manhattan, right?
After that.
Okay.
I only lived in New York 1 year.
Oh, okay.
I didn't care for New York.
Do you like Brooklyn better?
Well, it was a little quieter,
Mm-hmm.
very noisy in New York.
And then,
I moved, and then your father went to Vietnam.
right.
When he came back, We bought a house, a two-family house. He lived downstairs and I lived upstairs.
And this was where?
That was 106th Street,
In Brooklyn?
still on the same avenue
In Brooklyn.
in Brooklyn. And I lived there until we moved to New Jersey. When your father moved to New Jersey, when he came back from Vietnam,
And then
I used to have to send in all kinds of howdies. He said they can't drink the water there.
New
It's
Jersey.
so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
But he didn't move to New Jersey until I was born, correct? Because we lived in Queens, Forest Hills.
Oh, yeah. He only lived there for a short time.
Yeah.
And then he met your mother.
And then we moved to New Jersey.
And when was ready to move to New Jersey, it snowed. And Daniel was, yeah, you were born. Because you were only a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And they left you with me. I had a crib in the house. And they moved with all the furniture. Until they set up the house, they left you with me. But you had your own bedroom.
You were in Ramsey? By the Dunkin' Donuts? The Ramsey house at that time? Or no?
What?
You were still in Brooklyn. Okay.
Oh, still lived in the house that we had.
Right.
Everybody next door was Cohen, and there were cats. There were all Jewish families on that block.
Right.
And then we looked for a place. We were 4 minutes away from them by car. We found a house.
Did you like living in New Jersey?
New Jersey wasn't bad. I found a temple right away, and I joined it. And that's, I introduced your mother to Lydia. Remember Lydia?
Oh, you introduced them?
Lydia belonged to the temple I belonged to.
Oh, so that's
Where was the
how
temple?
that-
The temple was on
Was it in Franklin Lakes?
no, it was in where near where I lived. And all the members lived in all these beautiful homes. But I lived in a house that I don't know where he moved to. Was what, a guy on his own. But I had a big backyard, and there were no houses behind us. And they used to have a wonderful time.
I was gonna say, lots of room.
Yeah, and Pappy put a cord on one of the trees, and you used to sit and swing on it.
On the tire swing.
Yeah,
It was a,
Cute.
yeah.
but there were no houses behind us.
I remember it. There was woods.
They used to love to play there. He and Jackie.
I bet.
You know. You had the tool shed in back, I remember, the tire swing.
Tires, he put a tire there to sit.
I remember once it fell when we were swinging on it.
And then he put up a swing.
I wish I saw that.
We were both on it. I think we went running and crying.
You remember I used to take you for a donut after
Yep.
you used to wake up after the...
We'd walk to Dunkin' Donuts.
Aww.
We used to walk down the road, and that he and also Jennifer.
Jenny
Yeah.
Berkowitz.
She's still around. She moves around a lot.
She's in California.
She's in California now.
She's in the movie business.
She never got married. Her sister got married,
Right.
Should they break the
and then
news
she
to
had a brother.
her? And we met her. Is Lydia's daughter who lives out in
Linda
She lives in Santa Fe.
Linda
We met
was
that.
her oldest daughter.
lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Yeah. I think, is Lydia's son getting divorced or no?
I think so. Sydney.
we never met him. He's in Colorado, isn't he?
I don't know.
I think so.
And her son was a chef, I think.
Yeah.
She had a very good-looking husband. Lydia. Very good.
Grandma, how old are you?
Who?
You? How old are you?
I think in March I'm going to be 94.
4?
I'll be here. I'm here 4 years.
And look, it's your 90th. Happy 90th.
Yeah. That's what I'm moved to.
So, yeah.
I'm here 4 years.
Do you go downstairs and play cards a lot?
I used to, not anymore.
No, why not?
Because they didn't play the game right. And I figured it was, I'm wasting my time. So I don't play cards anymore. I read and I do puzzles. Jackie sent me dozens and dozens of puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. What, like crossword? Crossword? Crossword?
What kind of puzzles? What kind of puzzles? Like Sudoku?
Word puzzles.
Word puzzle.
Oh, do you do the Sudoku?
The circle. She likes the circle.
There's like this new, well, it's not that, I don't know. It's like a new one that Sudoku with numbers. No?
No, I don't do numbers.
Yeah.
No, your mother does numbers.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
No, I don't do those. This is words. I finished them all. The last one is here.
So you need to re-up. Do you ever go to watch the movies that they play?
No, I look at television.
Yeah.
I have.
You watch The Bachelorette, right?
She does.
Most of the.
What's your favorite show, The Bachelorette?
I switch. Whatever comes on.
Which is what?
What are you watching now?
What?
What are you watching now?
I have. I watch channel 2.
We don't get channel 2 anymore.
But what TV shows on Channel 2 do you like? Do you remember?
America's Got Talent.
Well, they're different ones each night. But I fall asleep and I wake up and I turn it off.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Do you have a TV in your bedroom?
Yeah. That's my TV. Came here. This is from here. We bought the things because I didn't have anything. And that top shelf is all expensive. It costs a lot of money. I said to your father, you should take them and put them in the house.
Which are those stones?
Yeah, they're worth a lot of
The
money.
geodes?
Oh, oh god, got it. I love all of Happy's artwork.
Yeah, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I have, in fact, under the bed, I think I have a whole thing.
You probably have a lot, right?
But they're only, listen, he hasn't been doing it all the time. They used to, Larry's friends loved his art. They used to buy it. And Jackie had a friend that bought a couple.
Uh-huh.
We have some.
We hang some in our apartment.